We would like to acknowledge the traditional owners of this land and acknowledge the elders of the past, present and future.
Hi, I'm Mel. I came from the Dreamtime, from the dusty red soil plains. I am the ancient heart, the keeper of the flame. I stood up on the rocky shores, I watched the tall ships come. For 40,000 years I've been the first Australian.
Hi, I'm Jess. I came upon the prison ship, bowed down by iron chains. I cleared the land, endured the lash, and waited for the rains. I'm a settler, a farmer's wife, on a dry and barren run. A convict, then a free man. I became Australian. We are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come. We share a dream and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australian.
Hi, I'm Sunny McBeach.
And I'm Ruby Shield.
We're coming to you from Springfield. We interrupt your program to give you an update on the Great Australian Flag debate, which has been an ongoing issue within Australian culture for some time now. Does the flag truly represent the diversity of multicultural modern Australia? Ray Martin has caused controversy again by igniting passionate responses from our Facebook followers. In a public survey, many people on the streets also wanted their voice heard on such a patriotic subject. Here are the results. As you can see, the majority of participants have said to leave our flag alone, suggesting that it's worked for hundreds of years and asking why change it now. Others thought it be disrespectful to the men who fought under the flag. However, some members of our community suggested that the Indigenous culture needs to be represented, and as Australia now has its own identity, the Union Jack should be removed. We posed the question that if the participants knew the true history of the flag, would these statistics be different? Here's what we found out about our flag.
The Australian national flag has changed many times since 1770, with our present design of the flag only dating back to 1953. Our present Australian flag was selected as part of a national flag competition run by the Melbourne monthly magazine The Review of Reviews for Australasia in 1901. The winning design was never debated in the Australian Parliament and was sent to the imperial authorities in England, where King Edward VII informed the Australian government of its approval in late 1902. Slight modifications were made to the flag from 1903 until 1953. This was where Australia was finally granted their own official national flag that they could be identified under.
Now that you know the true history, we ask, does this change your response? How would our children perceive this idea? Would their view be changed if classroom lessons focused on difference, diversity, and tolerance of other cultures? Does the current curriculum encourage the importance of such lessons? To find out, we cross to Sunny State Primary School and take a sneak peek in Mrs. Bright and Mr. Bordy's Grade 2 classroom.
Inside Voices, please, Grade 2. Mr. Bordy's. Channel 12 Apostle News has been reviewing the Great Australian Flag debate, and we questioned whether there was a cultural deficit amongst our survey participants and wondered whether this impacted on the results. We'd like to know if the curriculum currently engages such vital topics like difference, diversity, and national identity, and what you're doing in the classroom to incorporate this.
That's an excellent question, Ray, and a topic that our school takes very seriously. You only have to look at our school motto to see this.
And what is that motto, Mr. Bordes?
In a multicultural school we strive, for it's within diversity our students thrive. Not only are we passionate about the school motto, but 2MJ come up with a new class motto each term that reflects the theme being studied. This semester, the theme is Australian identity, and the motto is We Are Australian.
You seem very passionate about these mottos, Mrs. Bright. Oh, Ray, you see, our classroom includes children who have come from all corners of the world, and as such, we not only tolerate, but in fact celebrate all cultural differences amongst the students. If you take a look around our classroom, you will see artworks that the children created on Monday, which symbolically represents how they see Australia. This is what we believe was an authentic art activity with the objective to share ideas in response to the music, pictures and stories that we have gathered on Australian culture throughout the term. In doing so, we found the children were able to uncover their own identity and what it means to them to be Australian. Wow, that sounds like fun. Well, that's the intention, Ray. Frobel has influenced us to believe that it's while children are having fun, they are best able to express their innermost thoughts, needs and desires, which are so important for the growth of their individual identities.
Absolutely, and we find they're able to enjoy learning and have fun most when they feel like they belong. So to ensure this happens, we exercise an inclusive class environment by catering to all learning styles and making sure every child's voice is heard. By having such an open communication with our students, they become aware and tolerant of opinions and ways of being that differ from their own.
Yes, certainly feels like a fun and inviting place to be. So I hear you have some activities in place at the moment. Can you tell us about these? Today, the class are working on creating a symbolic image of their thoughts on what the Australian flag should include. This is achieved by selecting a cut-out doll and using a variety of resources to cut, colour and glue iconic symbols. The purpose of displaying these images on a doll cutout is to represent Australian identity. They will be hung up underneath our motto, "We are Australian," with the children's names proudly labelled with their artworks, displaying not only our collective class identity, but also a national identity. Once again, this provides a sense of belonging in the class and to our country. Whilst every child has the opportunity to create their own masterpiece, they are encouraged to interact with their peers to assist and pose questions, which helps with their learning and is used as a tool to minimise marginalisation, alienation and disadvantage. Well, it's certainly good to hear that our children are learning about Australian identity and how identity is linked to flags. How does this link to the curriculum? Are other schools engaging in these lessons?
We've designed activities suitable for Grade 2 age group that we feel embrace the knowledge and understanding outlined in the Queensland Learning Essentials. We've chosen these activities to ensure our students become critical thinkers. The curriculum knowledge and understanding outlined is time, continuity and change, as well as place and space. We can only hope that other schools are implementing lessons that also provide these experiences. For it is with critical thinkers that we are truly able to have an in-depth debate about such crucial issues.
Gosh, that is reassuring to hear. And I've noticed your world globe. Is that part of your Australian identity term work? Well, actually, Ray, whilst our globe has been useful in this term's activities, it has remained on our desk since term 1. During the first week of the year, we invited them to place a dot on a place in the world that had some significance to them. Some children placed a dot in their country or town of origin, whilst others placed a dot on places they'd visited. This is an ongoing activity, and children can place a mark on the globe at any time. Just last week, Johnny placed a mark on Italy as he had just come back from visiting his nonna. It's just another way we can create a sense of belonging and ensure we practice inclusive learning. So whilst our activities this term focus on Australian identity and issues, we try to provide the children with authentic cultural experiences all year long.
I guess the underlying message, Ray, is that we're trying to ensure our children are aware that diversity exists and be mindful and tolerant of these differences. In contrast, we are also teaching that we are all human. We are all Australian.
Well stated, Mr. Bordy. Regardless of our differences, we certainly are all Australian. On behalf of Channel 12 Apostle News, we'd like to thank you for taking the time and inviting us into your aspiring classroom. We now cross back to you, Ruby and Sunny. Thanks, Ray. This is a fantastic time to learn about the Australian flag so close to the London Olympics.
What an inspiring classroom, Ruby. What makes you wonder if the Great Australian Flag debate will be reignited once again when these children are old enough to voice their opinions, and whether their learning experiences about difference, diversity, tolerance
and national identity will have an impact on their view.
Thanks for staying tuned. I'm Ruby Shield.
And I'm Sunny McBeach.
Good night.